So guys, it's finally confirmed that Admiral Kizaru helped the Straw Hat Pirates during the Egghead Island arc. SBS Volume 110 has been released, and the first bit of information revealed in this SBS is about what happened in Chapter 1103. If you recall, during that chapter, Luffy was exhausted and completely drained from using Gear 5. At that moment, he had just finished his battle with Admiral Kizaru, but out of nowhere, food suddenly appeared near Luffy, which he immediately took advantage of, and a fan asked Oda in the SBS who might have done this. Who could have helped Luffy? Oda didn't directly answer the question but gave a hint, saying that whoever helped Luffy was incredibly fast, so fast that even he couldn't see them. Definitely someone as fast as light. And since we know that Kizaru can literally move at the speed of light due to his devil fruit, we can assume it was him that Oda was referring to. This confirms what we suspected during our chapter review, where we mentioned the sudden change in Kizaru's position right before and after Luffy's food appeared nearby. What impact will this revelation have? Could it make our perception of Kizaru's character even more complex? After all, in the last chapter of the Egghead Island arc, we saw Kizaru talking with Fleet Admiral Sakazuki, admitting that he was responsible for Vegapunk's death. Even though it pained him, he fully accepted it and was even emotional when telling Sakazuki about it. Since he considered Vegapunk his best friend, his decision here was indeed critical. When Vegapunk died, Kizaru lost his motivation to keep fighting. This contradictory decision embodies the unclear justice that Kizaru represents. Anyway, since we're already talking about admirals, let's move on to the information about the two new admirals, Fujitora and Rakuju. Oda revealed their backstories in this SBS. Admiral Fujitora originally came from West Blue. Later on, he became a defense military chief in a kingdom located on the Grand Line. When a war broke out and destroyed the kingdom, Fujitora disappeared and was labeled a war criminal. Afterward, he worked as a bodyguard on Twin Snake Island. During his time there, the world government bought the island, which is when the Marines noticed him. They recruited him through the world military draft and, due to his great strength, promoted him to admiral. As for Admiral Ryokugyu, he originally came from South Blue, specifically Taya Kingdom, where he grew up and eventually became a police officer. Later, he became involved in an incident related to a woman, which led to his imprisonment. After the Marineford War, however, the world government learned about his resume and strength, so like Fujitora, he was recruited in the world military draft and eventually promoted to admiral. Regarding Fujitora, it's noticeable that his attire as a young man is quite similar to Ryuma's, so we wonder if he has any connection to Wano. Speaking of the Marines, the next one piece of information Oda revealed was about the Vice Admirals present during the Egghead Island arc. Vice Admiral Pomsky has eaten the Reiko Nomi, a Zoan-type devil fruit, which allows her to transform into an sea otter human. We saw this ability during the Egghead Island arc. Next is Vice Admiral Doll, who doesn't have a devil fruit, but Oda mentioned that she's highly skilled in martial arts, as we can see from her kicks, which are her primary weapon in battle. Another Vice Admiral, Tosa, has a special ability to bite with his hands. If you remember, he's the Vice Admiral who can use armament hockey. His skills are similar to Sabo's Dragon Claw technique, since they share a similar process. Vice Admiral Urban ate the cannon fruit, which allows him to turn parts of his body into cannons, as we saw with his head during a battle. Vice Admiral Bluegrass, on the other hand, ate the Ride fruit, which was explained in Chapter 1108. This ability lets her ride anyone by putting a leash on them. Vice Admiral Hound, who attended the Marine School alongside Smoker, ate the Unaya Nunami model Ryan, enabling him to transform into a hunting dog, although we haven't yet seen this ability in action. Next is Vice Admiral Red King. He punches with his steam engine-powered right knuckle, like Queen and Frankie, has a powered robotic arm for punching. Lastly, Vice Admiral Guillotine has the ability to throw his blade-like head like a boomerang. Moving on to the sword members, Oda also revealed some information, though it's basic, so we won't dwell on it much. The next piece of information is about Yamato. According to Oda, Yamato ate the Inu Nomi model Okuchi no Mikami as a child. Oda also drew Yamato's young version in both her beast form and hybrid form, showing us what she looked like then. Then Oda gave information regarding the Longarm tribe. A fan asked in the SBS if the Longarm tribe's two elbows had names. Oda confirmed that they do. The elbow close to the hand is called the friend elbow, and the one closer to the shoulder is the love elbow. Finally, Oda drew Jinbei in both his good and bad future, showing him at 20 and 40 years in the future. The only remaining Straw Hat member without a future drawing is Brook. That's all the information in the latest SBS. Well, the video ends here, but I'd like to know your opinion, so make sure to let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, do give it a like and also subscribe to the channel. We'll meet again with another amazing video. Until then, goodbye.